See just that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Let the games begin.
I'm here today at Super Bowl 53 with Rams quarterback Jared Goff. How are you feeling today?
Feel good. You know, I did a couple Pilates this morning. You know, I think we're going to score a good amount of baskets, and you know, I'm gonna go get my Capri Juice done.
With the growing use of drones around the world, a new security issue has been created with stadiums and the urge to fly a drone for a better view. Typically, during large events such as the Super Bowl, college football games, and here locally the Daytona 500, a TFR, or temporary flight restriction, is established at a set radius around the stadium to manage and prevent aircraft from entering the airspace immediately surrounding the venue. Due to the inherent risks of operating an aircraft over thousands of spectators and the ability for terrorists to utilize this weaponized cUAS to deliver a payload of chemical, biological, conventional, or even a small nuclear device, unauthorized drone operations near stadiums present a major safety hazard for the FAA, event managers, and other law enforcement agencies. With the vast amount of UAS platforms available on the consumer market, obtaining and operating a device to engage in such nefarious activities requires relatively little upfront expense and little to no experience flying the UAS from the perpetrator.
Here pregame with Super Bowl champion Tom Brady, getting ready to win his next one. How do you feel?
Well, John, feel pretty good. We can get that 6-1. It's gonna look real nice. Right here.
For this reason, the issue of stadium security affects most American citizens and many other individuals around the globe. Most people at some point in their lives will attend an event such as those previously mentioned that is at risk of attack from a UAS platform. In the event of such an attack on a stadium venue, widespread public fear, confusion, and panic would ensue from attendees and seriously disrupt operations of these stadiums. Therefore, in the United States, it is crucial for law enforcement to work together with the FAA to reform and enact regulations that enable prevention, protection, and engagement to neutralize UAS platforms before they can deploy the payload they are carrying to cause harm. Let's take a look at recent stadium-related drone security incidents. First, we have Tracy Mapes, a man that utilized a drone to drop anti-media leaflets inside Levi's Stadium in California.
A man arrested for flying his drone during yesterday's 49er game is speaking out on why he did it. KPIX5's Skid Doe says the 49er game wasn't the only pro football game he was targeting.
This isn't a story about a drone. This is a story about the fabric of an American history, the First Amendment.
Mapes was arrested yesterday for flying a drone over the 49er game and dropping a stack of leaflets over the crowd. The FAA prohibits drone flights over people, especially sporting events, because of the crash danger. Mapes, who says he was a cameraman for 10 years, was dropping these papers with an anti-media message, saying TV stations in particular are corrupt and infiltrated by prostitutes and felons.
If somebody looks at this and says, you're a crazy lunatic conspiracy theorist, what do you say?
If you want to know how they control the message, the government controls the message, this is how they do it.
The wind carried the leaflets and blew them past the stadium, where only a handful actually made it down. The stadium security team quickly got a description of his car, and Mapes was arrested before dropping even more leaflets at the Oakland Coliseum for the Raiders game.
What's your sense? Is he going to do this again?
It's hard to say. I hope not.
Mapes' YouTube and Facebook accounts show him making practice drops where he would take note of how the wind affected the spread pattern of the leaflets. Using what appears to be a heavily modified DJI Mavic Pro, the clips show him making drops at local TV stations in Sacramento. He even makes a drop at a public ceremony at the Firefighters Memorial in Sacramento.
There's some mental health issues involved here.
KPIX5 security analyst Jeff Harp says this is likely not the last drone incident.
As we see technology evolve with these particular pieces of equipment, they're going to become more sophisticated, they're going to become cheaper, more people are going to have them, therefore we're going to have more problems.
Are you going to fly another drone and drop leaflets over a stadium again?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Another example was a drone flyover of the Bank of America Stadium during a live sporting event.
Oh my God.
Wait, that's a Kana.
Look at the drone.
Where?
I don't know.
Oh! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! What did it do? It just.
These events clearly expose a gap in security that can be taken advantage of by criminals and terrorist organizations.
We're a couple minutes away from kickoff here at Super Bowl 53. It's a beautiful day. Oh my, what is that over there? Remember, deflate the fifth ball.
Oh, hi there.
With this obvious threat, the FAA needed to step up and do something. In 2016, the FAA published the final version of the CFR Part 107 Small Unmanned Systems. Although the Part 107 regulations modeled after the Academy of Model Aeronautics, which had functional rules that kept the community safe and in line out of manned aviation, they didn't completely take into account what commercial UAS operations truly required. On the city level, Miami, Florida has several municipal laws that prohibits the use of drones over or within a half-mile radius of sporting events or large venue events at local stadiums, public parks, facilities, and special events. Drones cannot have any detachable cargo or be equipped with any kind of weapon. A city permit is required for certain drone-related activities. The City of Orlando's municipal laws are more restrictive in regards to a flight altitude of 500 feet at city-owned parks, schools, and venues. It also restricts the use of drones within 500 feet of gatherings of more than 1,000 people. A permit is required to fly at such gatherings with a cost of $20 per flight or $150 annually, with fines from $200 to $400 if a permit is not acquired. Here locally, the Daytona International Speedway, there is a no drone zone. Although not backed up with a city ordinance, it is close enough to the airport to be prohibited by Part 107, and fines or being banned is applicable. Major events such as the Super Bowl or the World Series have TFRs that apply to UAS due to the fact that they are categorized as aircraft by the FAA.
Alright, I'm up here in the stadium at Super Bowl 53 with some fans. What are you guys most excited for?
I'm really just here for the commercials.
Only here for the halftime show.
What are you doing, Brady? Nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Currently in the counter UAS market, there are listed at least 235 counter drone products either on the market or under active development from 155 companies. At least 67 systems are advertised as being capable of both detection and interdiction. The majority of these systems, 177 in total, are designed for ground-based use. 35 systems are designed to be handheld, and 18 systems are mounted on board a drone. 2 systems consist of a combination of ground-based and handheld elements, while 1 system consists of a combination of ground-based and drone-based elements. 2 products consist of projectiles designed specifically for counter UAS. Let's take a look at a system being produced by the company Black Sage. Some of the security issues that are being encountered with the Part 107 regulations are condition for safe operation, hazardous operation, visual line of sight aircraft operations, carriage of hazardous materials, operation over human beings, operation in certain airspace, and operations in prohibited or restricted areas. Another issue is that shooting or taking a drone out of the sky is currently illegal under Title 18 of the United States Code 32, which describes sabotage to include destruction of any aircraft in special aircraft jurisdiction of the United States. Violation of this code carries a maximum prison sentence of 20 years. From the FAA, on October 5th, 2018, the President signed the FAA Reauthorization Act of 2018. The Act establishes new conditions for recreational use of drones and immediately repeals the special rule for model aircraft. The agency is evaluating the impacts of this change in the law and how implementation will proceed. The Reauthorization Act cannot fully be implemented immediately. Please continue to follow all current policies and guidance with respect to recreational use of drones. Section 341 of the FAA Reauthorization Act of 2018 dictates that cooperation related to certain counter-UAS technology in matters relating to the use of systems in the national airspace system intended to mitigate threats posed by errant or hostile unmanned aircraft system operations.
Oh, thank you so much. My ring, no!
A solution needs to be thought of, but one of the biggest problems when it comes to starting any type of major product, especially like this, is to acquire support and buy-in. Today, there's a lot of fear and resistance towards UAS and what they are used for. We must show their benefits and directly reach out to the community affected by UAS. According to Military Embedded Systems, in 2017, there were around 65 commercial counter-UAS companies in the United States. According to the companies that have been trying to market their products, they have been running into trouble due to this problem along with many others. Not only are people's fears slowing down progress, but as well as current regulations. One great example of creating buy-in is how the company Silent Archer markets their counter-UAS products. Silent Archer hosts counter-UAS test events, which are sponsored by the United States government. This generates support and positive publicity. During demonstration tests of their technology, they have proven that their counter-UAS products can detect, follow, identify, and terminate the hostile UAS. Their L-Star air surveillance radar has been used successfully during the London Olympics and both the G8 and G20 summits. Silent Archer is a great example of how a commercial counter-UAS company can generate community buy-in. Start off by holding a meeting with the board of the stadium security, and other clients with a vested interest. You should identify the problems that exist with hostile UAS and then provide a solution for them, with use of demonstrations, charts, videos, and other means that you think would be necessary to help win support. Looking at what companies have done in the past and the current regulations in place, actions can be taken to win support and create buy-in. Thank you, good night, and stay off secrets.
So if we can't defend ourselves, then we strike back.
We are investing very heavily in classified defense projects.
We make it our deterrent like our nuclear deterrent. We stockpile in the millions, the billions.